Live.
We're live. All right, boys. How about let's make some money this week?
Let's do it.
We're back. It's week 11, and we're back with the juice. Shout out to Juice in the Morning on that one.
Yeah, I love it. Justin Kelly, my boy.
This week I have games with the highest spread because I don't necessarily like the high spread games this week. So I just put, instead of saying games I like, I put games with high spread. Packers at Colts -1.5. That's a 51.5 over under. That's your highest over under on the day. Well, I'd see the under on that.
I do too.
I don't see 51.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think it's going to be a shootout.
Titans at Ravens at -6.5 for the Ravens. It's a 49.5 over under. I like some pieces in that. Patriots -1.5 at Texans. 49 over under.
Wow.
And Falcons at Saints. Saints -3.5. 49 over under.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know, man. Those games are weird. They are.
It's a weird week.
It is.
Starting off right there at the quarterback position, I got three guys, and that's about the only three that I have in anything. Justin Herbert is 8,500 versus the Jets. That could get ugly.
That's my top pick too. I love Herbert too. it's the Jets. So Herbert's throwing all over the place. So yeah. I'm
afraid of the lead and then the run game.
I think they got Bellage playing at running back,
which I like.
Yeah, I do too. He's really cheap. We'll get to that probably later, but
for sure.
But I just like it. They really like using him in the pass, no matter what, with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I'm sure is going to get in there too somehow. But he's really connecting well with Keenan. I don't know. The Chargers are like in a position where they have to like win every game, so I don't see them letting up. I could see them just doing whatever. So.
Okay. Under him, $100 cheaper, Lamar Jackson versus the Titans. I love this play too. After they got beat, that was a tough game, man. That Patriots game cost me some moolah too. That was a tough one. I think Lamar bounces back against the Titans. It's a high over under. They're looking for a -6.5 spread. If you can pay up and get Lamar, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that was one that I was kind of looking at. And I was like, man, like I really and I may do that too. I may put him in some of my lineups, but I like Lamar in this week too against the Titans because Titans, have been very impressive on defense. Clowney is out too, so that makes a difference, I think. But yeah,
I just think they're going to bounce back. The Ravens they're pretty pissed off after what went down this past game, so I think they're ready to bounce back. And then my last play is Deshaun Watson at 7,700 versus the Patriots. I know. I have Deshaun Watson in there every week just because for that value, and he can always get loose and throw for three and run and run one in. Like against the Patriots, I love it too.
Yeah, just like Lamar, those scrambling quarterbacks are like running backs. They can get you double the points that you were expecting at any given moment.
So. And it also brings their floor way up.
Yeah.
And they all obviously have super high ceilings, so they're great in tournament plays. That's my three quarterbacks. What you got?
Okay. Yeah, we talked about Herbert. I like Herbert against the Jets, of course. He's pretty pricey though. Big Ben at $8,000 against the Jags. I like that. I think that there's going to be a lot of points there with him. Kind of your cheaper options. Kirk Cousins for 7,100 against Cowboys. I really like that because Cowboys defensive backfield just not very good. I do think that they have Vander Esch back, and I think they're kind of like Dalvin Cook's like $10,000, like over $10,000 on.
Yeah, he's like 10.5.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's pretty expensive considering that it's the secondary that's not very good for the Cowboys. It's not so much, you know what I mean? The linebackers.
He's not that big in the passing game for him.
No, he's not. But I don't know. I like him in that. I like that price for him, and then I like Matt Stafford at 7,500 against Carolina. I don't know. People are throwing it up on Carolina here lately. So Stafford's good. So
that could be your sneaky game right there too.
Yeah, it could be.
That could be the sneak.
That's what I got for QB.
Going into the running back position, Alvin Kamara is at 9,700, like a top dollar pick. That's who I would probably go with. Breeze is out. Who knows what's going on at quarterback? We'll get there too, and we'll discuss that. But I think whoever is under center, Alvin Kamara is going to get receiving look. He's going to get all kinds of looks and touches, and he's going to be a big part of that game plan, I think.
Yeah, I love Kamara, man. It's just You just never know what they're going to do in this situation, though. I think you're right, especially with the whole quarterback deal. They're definitely going to go more towards the run game than anything. And Kamara can just do everything.
Exactly.
It don't matter.
And I mean, even if they get down, he's going to be in there and just getting dump offs.
Yeah, absolutely.
in any kind of game script, he's going to be putting points up, which is why he's $9,700.
Yeah, absolutely.
Under that, right back to the well, man. Mike Davis, 7,400 versus the versus the Lions. He's in everything for me.
I get that. I
Lions run D.
I know. I agree. And I do like that. I was looking at it too in lineups, and I guess I'm just more concerned of what they're planning on doing on their offense because he wasn't used very well last week, but he was going against a different defense. But it could be a really good play this week because that Lions defense has let everybody run on them. Everybody. So
the big thing I like to stress here too is like people are in this stuff or what have you done for me lately? And after what he did last week, I think a lot of people are going to be off of him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Which is another reason I want to be on him.
Absolutely.
Then I got Geo Bernard. Once again, he's the only one there in Cincy, 6,300 versus the Redskins, Washington football team. Almost got it.
I do it all the time.
But yeah, Geo. Give me some Geo.
Yeah, okay. All right. He's been doing well for you too every time you put him in. So
he's a tutty each time. He scores almost every time that he's the primary back there in that offense.
Yeah.
Duke Johnson, 6,000 versus the Patriots. Once again, he's the only guy. I for that price, I'm going to take risks. Kalen Bellage, we already talked about him and discussed what I thought about him. He's only 5,800 versus the Jets.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do too.
And even cheaper than that, 5,100. He's going to be your only running back for the Lions, Adrian Peterson, going against the Panthers.
Swift's out with concussion, right?
Yeah.
So, yep. And you know what? AP has looked good this year, too, every time he's been running the ball. So, I like that a lot, too.
I have a lot of cheap running back options this week. I didn't really like anything that much at the top. What do you got?
Okay. So, towards the top, came back last week with an explosion. Yeah, Chubb. And this is what I like about Chubb. I don't care what defense he's playing against. They're playing against Philly, and they're not a very good defense. But at this point, I don't care. Chubb has had weeks to rest. He's basically just now getting his start in midseason. So that means he's ready to go. He's ready to explode. I like him at 8,100. I think he's going to be good at like the next, few weeks coming. So
the Browns realize that they have to get that run going to get anything else going.
Absolutely.
And I like that play.
They're going to help Baker. So that's my top guy. My second guy, Connor, with Pitt going against the Jags, he's at $7,000. I like that because it's the Jags and I feel like they could go either way with the pass or the run. For that price, I just really liked him there. So, and then my third option, going with your guy you've been kind of jumping on here lately, Antonio Gibson, 6,500 against Cincy. They're really starting to get that run game going, and they really, it was clicking last week. And I like Gibson in this game. He obviously showed that shoulder problem he was having wasn't an issue. So, like him and a couple of flex guys, we already mentioned Bellage. 5,800 against the Jets. Plus, that's a payback, game. I think that's kind of an interesting matchup. And I like my homer Naheem Hines at 6,100 against the Packers. So that's a big over/under game too. Yeah, he's been kind of. What I love about Hines is that he can just, if he gets a little bit of area, a little bit of space, he can be gone. And it just takes that one play. So I really like him as a flex play, but those are my guys. I think Hines has looked better all around, I think, for the Colts. He has. In the backfield. He has. Not just like the receiving aspect of it, like taking handoffs, and he looks more explosive than anybody else. And he's definitely, he's definitely that Darren Sproles to Phillip Rivers, like they kept talking about, and they just need to keep utilizing them that way. But it's Frank Reich is the reason that's all messed up. You just don't know what he's going to do and when he's going to put him in. But I think the last 2 weeks, though, he's been utilizing him. So I'm thinking he's like, I better use him every week. So, but yeah, I like Hines a lot. Jumping to wide receiver, at the top of my list, Keenan Allen, 8,000. He's in everything. He's another guy he's in everything I got going against the Jets. Me too. He's going to have so many targets. Nobody
play Keenan Allen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then right below that, you talked me into this guy about 3 weeks ago, and I'm all over him still. Tons of targets. Terry McLaurin, 7,300 versus Cincy.
He's my favorite, man.
Give me that. Really no matter who, it seems like no matter who the quarterback is, he's getting looks. Then the guy that I'm still on him, and I'm going to ride him again. Deontay Johnson, 6,400 against the Jacksonville Jaguars for the Steelers. I
like that too. I was really I was mixed between two guys because my lineups are I have to have somebody cheap in that third receiver spot every time. By the way, I want to set it up, and he's a guy I always look at because he's Roethlisberger's number one guy, like you said, way before. I know he goes back and forth to.
He just has to not get hurt. Man.
Yeah, he goes back and forth with Juju and Claypool, but. I think Claypool's matched up with CJ Henderson this week. So, it could be interesting who he goes, but they'll switch that around. What I like about Johnson's play is that he's up the middle kind of play, definitely slot guy. But, yeah, I like that.
Then last on my list, once again, he's the number one receiver for the Dolphins. Devante Parker, 6,200 going against Denver.
Yeah, I like Parker too.
He looked good again last week.
Yeah.
Tua likes him.
Yeah, and Tua's I think Tua's the real deal.
He's looking good.
Yeah,
this rookie quarterback class is legit, dude.
And Miami is we're talking about this. Miami is a team that's in the run for the playoffs. So they're going to do it. They're going to fight. I know, man. But I had a feeling though, just because I like that move after bye week, putting him in. Because Fitzpatrick only gets you so far, in my opinion. I think he's a great quarterback. I just think he's, he has what he has, and Tua gives you a little bit more. So,
where they were sitting too, and they put him in, they had to see what they had, man.
Right, absolutely.
They didn't want to go ahead and end up with a pick where they could draft another QB and not know what they had to see what they got, and it looks like they got something that's there to stay for a while.
Agreed.
What do you got at wide receiver?
Okay, well, I got Keenan Allen too at my top at 8,000 against the Jets. Just I'm stacking with Herbert. Really like those two together against that defense. And then I got Thielen. I'm going with the Kirk Cousins play too, like I was talking about earlier. Going against the Cowboys, he's at 7,900. He's looked really good the last couple of weeks. He's been getting a lot of targets. He looked good against the Bears.
His counterparts looks good too, man. Justin Jefferson,
he does.
Another one he's a real one too.
Absolutely, and that could be a cheap play for you to run. It's really there's a lot of good options at receiver this week. I really do like the options, but yeah, if you're gonna pick receivers and you're gonna pick double receivers on the team, do it against Cowboys because their defensive backfield is just not very good. Then I got my guy McLaurin, 7,300 against Cincy. I just love McLaurin. I have already said that enough. And then kind of at my bottom, my budget guy is DJ Chark, 6,200 against Pittsburgh. And I know that sounds crazy going against Pittsburgh's defense, but my view on that is that they're going to be focusing on the run on Robinson. And Jaguars didn't look bad. They've been looking okay with the Luton kid playing. And they're going to be throwing that ball a lot because they're going to try to stay away from that run defense. But yeah, I could see Chark being the number one guy to go to. It's a cheap option though. So that's I like the Deontay Johnson play though too. So, and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I think, man, this week it's nuts, man. It's crazy. I can't pick which side to get on. I went cheap at receiver, and then I feel like I'm going kind of cheap at running. I'm definitely going cheap at running back, and I feel like I'm going cheap at receiver too. I've spent up on defense this week for the first time ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I had money left.
Yeah. Sometimes it's depending.
I just don't want to play none of them top guys. I'm not playing no Michael Thomas.
Well, it's
Devante Adams is too high, and then Julio, and you don't know who to take in the Atlanta aspect of it. You just don't know how to get to the right top guy, in my opinion.
Well, it's and I'm looking at. I'm just kind of surprised, how high they have Rodgers priced and how high they have Adams priced this week. Because I know I'm a Homer Indy fan, and it's not just that, but he's going against defensive back Xavier Rhodes, who he used to play. Twice every year, for, ever. And Xavier Rhodes played really good against Rodgers and Devante Adams. So, that I think factors into it. I mean, they got him playing. No Danico Autry playing on the defense this week due to COVID, but they got Teray coming back. And I mean, I just think their defense is really solid. I'm not saying that they're going to shut the Packers out, but I found it odd that they had them, priced so high this week. But, I don't know. That's Fanduel for you. So, I mean, I think we're about to get into something a little bit more interesting when we get to tight end here when it comes to pricing on stuff.
Yeah, moving on to the tight end. I got one guy, and I think the whole world knows who the hell it is. Taysom Mill at 4,500. What the hell's going on in New Orleans?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like we were taught. I texted you, I don't know, a few days or a couple days ago, and I was like, dude, like it's going crazy right now because like Twitter was going nuts in the fantasy football community. There's so many people that are upset. I mean, I can't blame them in some situations because if you didn't get them in like your dynasty leagues or whatever, but but FanDuel, this is a chance to take advantage of kind of like a cheat code as they're calling it, So he's already been listed as a tight end. He might be the starting quarterback on Sunday. Do pay attention to what they're going to do, though, because Sean Payton has said he's not announcing it. I say he starts. He's been getting the first team reps. I mean, you just don't do that.
I think we see both.
Yeah,
I think we see both, but I think we see Taysom Hill enough that at 4,500, 3 times value, just say 5 would be 15, about 15 points. He gets that even if you see both. I
Absolutely.
think.
And the risk you take we've talked about this a lot, like tight ends are just not scoring. Like kickers were scoring more points than tight ends last week. Like Suckup had like 17 points.
It's worth a shot,
fantasy,
man.
You know what I mean? Like
he's playing.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all for it. So he's in all my lineups. So you should do it too. But
you don't want to be the bozo that don't play him, and then somehow he throws like 2 tutties and runs one in and scores like 40 points.
Yeah, this is only going to happen once for you. So make it now. So yeah.
What else you got at tight end? That's all I had wrote down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going with Hill no matter what. If there happens to be a crazy like Sunday, like Jameis Winston's going to start. I like Hawkinson for Detroit at 6,000 against Carolina, and I like Hooper as a really cheap option, 5,100 against Philly. So, but yeah, I'm going Taysom Hill.
If anything crazy for me happens, I have Lamar Jackson going, and I'll probably just with the money I have left over, go ahead and play Andrews.
Yeah, this Hill option gives you so many. I mean, you can spend more in so many other areas that you don't usually spend money. That's why I like it. This is your opportunity to take advantage of it.
And like we said, if they play both, which I think they're going to, we're going to see him in goal line situations, man. He could easily run one in, and I don't know. I'm not going to be the guy that don't play it.
Well, Sean Payton loves him anyways. I mean, he really does. Like I don't know what it is. I mean, even before the season when they signed Jameis Winston, he was like, I still like Taysom Mill is going, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think that, I think he's trying to like mess with, because part of a coach's, game plan is never letting the other team know what they're going to do. So he wants them to have a mystery of what they're going to do on Sunday. But I see Taysom Hill getting a lot of play time and a lot of playmaking. So, and they're going against Atlanta's defense. So, I mean, it could be a huge big play for this week.
I think a lot of it too depends on what Atlanta does. If Atlanta comes out hot and goes and falls in the end zone first couple drives, you're gonna and the Saints get down. I mean, you're probably gonna see Winston. They're not gonna want to run and wear that clock out. But if the Saints somehow get ahead and get a lead, Taysom Hill, quarterback dives, run that clock. They're kind of like what the Patriots do now to win games. Just control the game itself and limit possessions for the other team is what you're going to see, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do too. I think that could be a very big possibility. So, yeah, I'm starting them regardless. So, yeah.
And then defense, I said whatever money you got left. Like I said, I had a lot of money left this week somehow. Yeah. I got Pittsburgh's D, the number 1 D.
Did you really? Yeah. I mean, I would go with that without a doubt. I think I kept hitting Minnesota's defense. I mean, it's not really a great option, but they're going against the Cowboys. So,
Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
He's good for at least 1 pick, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So, but no, if you can get Pittsburgh's defense, take it. So,
lock of the week for me, Mike Davis, 7,400.
Wow. Okay. I think my lock, I think it's because I believe in him so much, is Chubb. I really like Chubb. I just like him as a running back. It's not.
I had him in for a little bit too, and I took him out.
Yeah. I just think he's a dominant running back. I think they're going to utilize the hell out of him. So yeah, I'm going to go with Chubb. So
Keenan Allen too, man. It's tough with Keenan Allen at 8,000.
Dude's been on it this year. He got paid this year, and he's just been on it. And I mean, it makes a difference with Herbert. He's actually he's got a quarterback that can get the ball to him. So yeah, I agree.
Budget buster, Taysom Hill 4,500.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to go any more into that.
Yeah, do it. Just do it. I mean, don't even think about it. Just do it.
Put him in right at the very beginning, and then build the rest of your lineup.
Yep,
without a doubt. All right, so I teased it that we got some game props and stuff like that. I asked Jake to send me some of his stuff that he would be interested in, so we're a little more prepared this week, if you must say. Yeah. I'm not sitting here flipping through Fanduel the whole time. For myself, I found a same game parlay on Fanduel that I really like. They have Kalen Bellage over under at 55.5 yards rushing. I think he hits the over.
Yeah, I do too.
They have Keenan Allen at 80.5 receiving yards. I think he hits the over.
Yeah.
And then Jamison Crowder is at 58.5 receiving yards. I think he nails that over.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And if you same game parlay those, $10 will win you $61.
Wow.
And I also looked at Herbert. They got Herbert at 284 yards passing over under.
It's gonna be over.
And if you added the Herbert into the same game parlay and did all four, it'd be $10 will win you 105.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that.
I think I like that same game.
Yeah.
Going on to some of your stuff, they have Adam Thielen at 59.5 over under receiving yards.
Over.
They have Nick Chubb at 70.5 rushing over under.
Over.
And they have James Conner at 71.5 over under.
I think it could be over too.
And if you went ahead and listen to this, if you parlayed the Allen, the Thielen, the Chubb, and the Conner over under, it's plus 1,217. $10 will win you $121.
Wow. Win some money this weekend.
So,
Jesus.
Literally, that's $20. Do both of those same games. I mean, $20, hit one of them, you get your money back. Hit them both. Looking at a nice little $200-$300 payday, dude.
Yeah, that's and that's on Sportsbook.
Yeah, it's on FanDuel.
Yeah, okay. I am curious. I want to look later what Taysom Hill, what they have for him.
I got it right here.
Do you really? All right, let's hear it.
I went to look at I can't remember what game it was. Oh, the Mike Davis and all that stuff. They have none of the props up for that.
Oh, really?
Wow. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill's over unders and all that stuff. They have him passing over under at 180.5 yards.
Wow.
That's his passing. They have his rushing at 40.5.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then they got passing TDs 1.5 over under. Over is plus money, like quite a bit, like plus 120.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's 2 tutties if he throws 2. Then they got his pass completions over under is at 15.5.
Oh man.
You think he completes more than? You think he completes 16 passes?
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I do like the touchdown pass one though. That I like that, and I like the yardage too.
You think he throws more than? You think he throws 2 or more?
I think he could, man. It's Atlanta's defense. They're horrible. I mean, they suck. I mean, it's not like. I mean, I'm not trying to dog Atlanta. I think Atlanta's got a great offense and stuff, but their defense is horrible. That's why they've been so like close in all their games. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of like that. I like that because I don't think Taysom Hill's a joke either. I don't think he's just some random dude off the street, So
out of those 4, which one you like the passing touchdowns the most?
I do, just because of the goal line situations. So I could really see him,
I think the rushing 40.5 is a lock over.
Really with him?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's interesting.
I mean, they're gonna run dives and stuff. He's gonna get enough carries like that, and if he starts dropping back the pass, he's gonna be first option, second option, take off.
Yeah. No,
I think he runs.
He is athletic as hell. I mean, he's another guy that can do everything. So I see
a 20-yard, I see a rollout 20-yard chunk, like in one run, and then I think he hits that 40.5. I think he hits.
And I just think I don't know. You would be being naive not to put money on him this week because it's just an opportunity. I mean, because Breeze ain't playing at all. I mean, this is it. This is a chance to make some money off of this guy. And that FanDuel, DraftKings, any of they're kind of like probably a little nervous about it, about this matchup. But it's, we'll see, I guess. I'm feeling good about it, though.
If you took our Keenan Allen over, Thielen over, Chubb over, Connor over, and then just threw one of the Taysom Hills onto it, guarantee that's a 10 to win almost $200. Dude.
Wow. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yep.
I think we're gonna have fun this week.
Yeah, man. Let's win some freaking cash.
See if we got any questions before we jump off.
Sure.
Justin Kelly. Speaking of juice, I wanted to pick Hines up in a season long. My 2 brother-in-laws that I share a team with voted me down.
Get out of the league. I mean, that's just being a bitch. I mean,
I guess it depends on who you're dropping.
I'd never, if anybody ever voted me down, I mean, we're in a league so tight that if anybody ever voted me down, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm not playing. I mean, that just means that nobody wants to compete anymore.
No, I think what he's saying is he shares the team with them other 2.
Oh, I see.
And he wanted to pick him up, and then the other 2 said no.
No, I love that pickup. You need to tell them to start watching the show.
I mean, we also need to know who we're dropping in this aspect.
True, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to be dropping, I don't know who
Mike Davis or something
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah. So no, I really like Hines here lately. I mean, this next couple of weeks, but I just feel like he's really in the game plan now with Reich because they're in that playoff hunt. So, but yeah, I like Hines.
Juice also says he wants to produce our show and cut cameras. He says it would look dope. Bring it on, man.
Do it, man. Let's do it.
Let's blow this thing up.
He's going all out with JK Media right now. He's trying to become a major producer. I believe in him. I think he can do it.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. But let's have a week, dude, and get paid.
I know, man. I love this week. It's exciting. It's kind of like, I don't know, like I'm like, man, this could be a big week, so I just,
great feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. So
I'm probably gonna have a couple lineups for sure out there, and these prop bets are definitely gonna be going live for me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. So
Dunkman42 on Twitter, hit me up. We'll talk. Let's chat. Let's share your lineups, questions, whatever you got. Hit me up. I'll be on there all day. How do they find you?
Yeah, at Hahn Nation on Twitter. I love talking, debating, arguing. I don't care. We had somebody that had something to say on our YouTube channel not too long ago, but they deleted it.
Yeah, last episode he said Fantasy King or something was in here trolling. I mean, you made it when you get your first hater, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Instead of deleting your comment, man, why don't you leave it?
Let it breathe.
Come on and talk. Like, I'm ready to go. Like,
we want your advice, man. We want to know what you're thinking.
Absolutely.
Dude, also Hahn Nation on Twitter. My neighbor Josh, I still think it needs to get changed to Han Job. At Han Job on Twitter would be pretty good.
I'm considering it, so I'd probably screw it up though and make it actual hand job, and then boy, down in trouble. But
also, before we jump off here, I just gotta say, Indiana.
Man, I'm proud of them.
They showed up, man. They were just a little sluggish at the beginning.
They were
on the offensive side of the ball. Defense showed up all the way through.
They were so good today. I was just really proud of them. I mean, even they were going against an NFL quarterback today, and I don't know if they'll go against a guy like Justin Fields the rest of the year, but I mean, there were some crazy plays, but they fought, man. It pissed me off because pregame they laughed at him again, and I hate it when they laugh at him like they're no big deal, and they need to quit that. I mean, they're a real team. So
I love when it's football season and I can break out these.
Absolutely, man.
When you can break out the candy stripes during football,
absolutely,
they're doing something right.
Go Hoosiers, man.
All right, everybody, let's win some money. Let's get paid. We'll see you next week. Peace.